I put up a post earlier today, and I mentioned I was going to make a video to explain the mechanism, how it works. So for some context, I'll read the post out. How well do you understand psychrometrics? I was driving on the freeway around 9 p.m. last night and noticed condensation forming on the outside of the windshield. I don't think I'd ever experienced this before, or at least not noticed. In Melbourne, condensation on the windshield is usually reserved for winter, and it forms on the inside surface, but this was happening on the outside surface. So I put it out there for anyone keen to come up with an explanation. I had a couple of good responses. This is the easiest one to access. I'll just read Andrew's response. Your AC vents had cooled the glass down to below the dew point of the outside air. Warm, humid air outside was cooled by the surface temperature of your glass to a point it exceeded saturation or 100% RH, resulting in condensation forming on the screen, as the air could no longer hold the moisture. Yep, and I agree 100%. So let's have a look at the Psych chart and see if we can prove it. Here's a little diagram I prepared earlier. I've gone to I think it's the BOM website, and just picked out the data from yesterday. So that's the closest sort of we'll use this time. I'm pretty sure I saw 20 degrees on my car dash, but anyway, we'll assume that was correct. Yeah. So basically, what we're saying is the condensation was forming on, make this blue, on the outside. So driving along, you've got 17-degree ambient air, 94% RH, so quite humid. It had been quite a warm day earlier, and I guess as it's cooled down, the moisture, the relative humidity in the air has increased. Had the AC running. I had the vents pointing at the glass, so the glass was quite cold to the touch. And I'm guessing that this was probably, I don't know, say 13, 14 degrees. Let's make this more likely to work, so we'll go 13 as an assumption of the temperature of the surface of the glass. So as that was, as the air outside was touching the glass, it was cooling down. If you zoomed right in at the sort of, at the interface point, that temperature is dropping to 13. So if we map this on the Psych chart, I'm assuming people interested in this have some vague understanding of how to read a Psych chart, so I won't get into details, but so we're trying to map out 17 degrees and 94%, so that is 17 degrees dry bulb, and 94% is, this is 60, 70, 80, 90, this one, and then 94 is probably, so that's 90, 95 is there, so we'll drop it down a smidge, and then we'll go across. So that's the saturation point where it'll start, the moisture that will start to come out of the air because the air can't hold any more moisture. And we're saying the temperature on the glass was 13. So we are right there. 13 degrees, so you can see that the make this blue. So as the air is hitting the windshield, it's starting at that point, but then it's cooling down to this point here. So there's a vertical drop. So effectively, we are losing or extracting this much moisture from the air. So the difference there, roughly 0.002 kilograms of moisture per kilogram of dry air is being extracted from the air, and that's what's forming on the screen. Yeah, hopefully that made sense.